Hey, this is Mr. Roosevelt. Now I'm here with Ann, and we're going to talk about slopes of parallel and perpendicular lines, problem type 1. Okay, so they asked us to consider the line 4x plus 6y equals negative 9. So they want to know what is the slope of a line perpendicular to it. In order for us to answer this question, we have to first know the slope of this line. To find out the slope of that line, what should we do? Put it in y equals mx plus b form. Basically slope, intercept form, and then whatever the coefficient of the x is, that's the slope. So how do I do that? Simply, solve for y. So to get y by itself, everything that's not associated with this y here goes to the other side. And then once I have everything else there, I'll divide out the 6. So I gotta remove the 4x on both sides. Those cancel. Now I have 6y equals negative 9 minus 4x. Divide by 6. Divide everything over here by 6. And because division, like division like multiplication, is distributive, I should actually write it like this, right? 9 over 6 is negative 3 halves. 4 over 6 is 2/3. Which one of those is the slope? The slope is 2/3, but it's negative. So let me do a little circly thing here. So that's my slope, negative 2/3. All right. Now how is that going to help me to find the slope of the line perpendicular to it? You're close. Not the conjugate. It's a reciprocal, but it's also the negative reciprocal. Because we know if two lines are perpendicular, that if one is positive, its perpendicular has to be negative. Okay? So it's not just that, like if this one goes over 4 and up 3, that this one has to go back 3 and up 4. It has to be negative also. So, yeah, so the answer to A would be, if this is negative 2/3, then A would be positive 3 halves. So that would be, let me write it like this. M of the perpendicular is positive 3 halves. Messy, messy. All right, what is the slope of the line parallel? Lines that are parallel have the same slope, so the answer is 2/3. And that's it. That's how you do those. So, muy fácil, right? Okay, very easy. All right, if you got that, you can stop the video now. If you didn't, here's another example. So if we're considering this line here, we want to find the slope of a line parallel to it. So they're asking us parallel first this time. Um, Before we do anything, we need to put this in slope-intercept form. So right now it's x minus 2y equals negative 5. What's the first step I'm going to take? Tiffany. Uh-oh, she wasn't paying attention. What's the first step I take, Darveen? He says we subtract the x, and that's correct. So we'll move that over. Those cancel. Negative 2y equals negative 5 minus x. Is that correct? Yeah. We divide everything by negative 2, but that means we divide each individual term by negative 2. And a negative divided by a negative in either case is positive, so I have positive 5 halves. So that's my y-intercept. That would be 0, comma, 2.5 if you're trying to graph it. Okay, and then that's plus x over 2, but we'll put a 1 there, plus 1/2 x. So my slope is 1/2. Not 1/2 x, just the 1/2. It's just the coefficient. So my slope is 1/2, which means the answer to this one is 1/2, because if they're parallel, they have to have the same slope. If they're perpendicular, the slope is, that's right, the slope is the negative reciprocal. So the reciprocal of 1/2 is 2/1, and because it's positive, we make it negative. If it was negative, we would make it positive. And that's it. Hope that helps. Adios. Bye. That's we done yet.